Okay, I was gonna do a video. I kind of held off for a while till things transpired a bit more. But I'm not sure how this is gonna end. I don't think it's gonna end well, but in this one I'm gonna talk about, I don't know, I'm gonna be all over the place maybe. I'm gonna talk about this narcissist, like the aged narcissist as an example. My situation, my mom is 90. This is bullshit going on. Okay, so I'm gonna explain this. Uh, I don't know. I don't know where to start really. On this video, I'm going to do certain things, and then I'm going to do a separate one, and I'm going to read a letter that she wrote me. I think it was 2014. And how crazy it is. Okay, so this is the problem here. My mom is 90. She lives in her own house. She was supposed to get home care and all this to come in and help her out. She is, she was driving a car. Her license expired on her birthday, which is in February of this year. She didn't renew it, but she was driving a car before that. So she was quite mobile. Maybe she's getting, I don't really see her because I'm somewhat estranged, but yeah, she was driving a car. She was still managing. But I haven't been to her house, I don't know, a very, very long time. I was there last time is when I needed to get guardianship over my grandson, because I am raising him. I didn't want to have to get guardianship, but schools are always hassling me in that because sometimes, even with, for instance, he gets this shot you get for grade six, like because of the government, how it is, they wouldn't give him that vaccination. And I'm not talking about the virus, I'm talking about just regular vaccinations. They wouldn't give it unless it had guardianship. So the government over the years has changed rules to get more and more sticky about things. So yeah, I really didn't want to do that. I thought, why should I have to? I'm his grandparent. His mom is not able to raise him, and she abandoned him. So what am I gonna? Why should I have guardianship? I'm his blood relative. Anyways, so yeah, so I wasn't in my mom's house for a long time. Let's say, hmm, I don't know, it would be close to 10 years, but a long time. Maybe not. I don't know. I have to look up that guardianship thing when I did it. If I do it really quick. Not that this really matters, but maybe I should look that up. Okay, I know I do this. Is kind of annoying. Just hold on as I scanned this. You know what? It turns out, other than that one thing for the government, I've never really had to. Oh, yeah, I did because my grandson needed a photo ID. So I needed to prove I needed the guardianship. But I hardly ever need that document. So I really don't understand why they were pushing for that, but they were. Okay, just hold on a minute. I know this is a pain in the bum. Okay, so I'm going to look this up now. Just hold on. I'm just trying to get, because I know I was there, that was the last time I was in my mom's house, and it was a little bit cluttered, but it wouldn't be considered hazardous or anything like that. Some people are clutters, a little bit cluttered. Nothing extreme. It depends, because some people are clean freaks, they have everything in their place. Some people are minimalists, they don't have much in their house. Um, so depends on your perspective. But in my opinion, it was not really bad. It was cluttered, but it wouldn't be um, unlivable. Okay, so I have the guardianship order, and you know what? This should say a date on it, shouldn't it? There it is. Okay. I went to the court. It was August of 2017. So that's not as far back as I thought. Okay, so 17, so let's pretty close. So 17, so 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 7 years. Okay, 7 years. So I wasn't in her house about 7 years. Okay, so this is what happened. My mom keeps, um, lately, she's been doing this thing where she keeps phoning the ambulance and she gets taken to the hospital. Like, I think I did a video about, it was last year, she did this cancer scare where she thought she had cancer, but she never did. And then she sent my sister documents, but not me, and she's playing these mind games and doing the favoritism and what she always does. And then after that, it would have been, um, this year, it would have been close to my grandson's birthday, which is in January. She was phoned the ambulance. She went to the hospital and she stayed there for quite a while. I would say, yeah, that would be quite a while. That was in a certain hospital. She stayed. I think she went there, like I said, on my grandson's birthday, which is mid-January. Okay, and I have to. This is kind of complicated, so I'm kind of all over the place. I'm kind of upset, so I don't know. My thoughts are all over. But basically, the middle of January, and then Valentine's Day was on the 14th, and then she came back on a Tuesday, which was 20th. So let's say Wednesday we count 1, 2, 3, 4. So she was in the hospital 5 weeks. Okay, so I don't know what's wrong with her. She's got some kind of irregular heartbeat or whatever. They give her medicine for that. Other than that, and I never went to visit her in the hospital either. Other than that, she's supposedly normal. There's nothing wrong with her. Okay. Other than she's a narcissist, and I think a malignant one. And my aunt, that's a different story. I'll do a little bit here, but then that, yeah, maybe I'll do it on this video. The other one will just be a letter. So my aunt went over there, and she's going to get involved. And what happened was my mom wanted my aunt to go to the house and get some stuff for her, some checks and that. She wasn't paying her bills. My mom phones me and says, I have to pay her bills. As in, go to the hospital, get money, get her bills, and pay them at the bank. I said, I'll have to pay your bills. And in fact, there was one bill she could get an extension on it. Uh, I was not willing to do that. I tried to give her solutions. I said, okay, you get your bills because this person was picking up her mail. You get your bill. I'll register it with my online banking. I will pay it on her behalf. And then she can write me, because she had a checkbook in the hospital, she could write me a check for the exact amount and do it that way because I was not willing to take the money and go to the bank and do all this crap. Okay, so when I offered that, this is the thing. She always does this to me anytime. And by the way, I'm the scapegoat. Anytime I offer her solutions for problems, she always has the yeah but thing. She doesn't want to do it. She wants to do it her way. She never listens. She's just difficult person to deal with. So she didn't, but then she had the checkbook, right? So I said, okay, well, what's the problem? Oh, she only has one check left to pay her insurance. And I thought, okay, well, how can that be when you have your checkbook there? So she claims she ripped the rest of them up. That makes no sense what she does. She just likes to be an ass and just cause headaches for me. So, like I said, I didn't do nothing. I refused. I did not go to the hospital. I did not fall in her trap. I did not pick up any money because I don't trust her. She'd probably say, accuse me of stealing her money or something. So I never did any of that. And I said with that one utility, she could actually phone them and get an extension, okay? So the bill wouldn't be due. Okay, so she ends up suckering my aunt in. So my aunt goes and does all this, goes to her house and that. And then when my aunt went to her house, because I guess my aunt wasn't there for a while either, she saw the house, what condition it was, and said no one could live in that. Then they contact and they get involved with the hospital, and then the social worker, and then this coordinator, and then they say, well, it has to be cleaned out a little bit there for her to come back from the hospital, right? Okay, so then this agency that does this sort of thing helps up with hordes and all that. And I'm going to be including, not all, but because I took over 100 pictures to cover my butt, and I'll explain why in a minute. I'm going to be including some pictures in this video just to prove what I'm saying, how stupid it is. Okay, because some stuff like I like to keep private, but I'm just gonna whatever. Um, I'm just gonna show some pictures to make my point. Okay, so then what happened was this agency was gonna, and it was only to clean out 3 rooms of her house, and she lives in a bungalow with a full basement, and she has a separate garage, right? Okay, so what happened was, so the she had to have it cleaned out, like the 3 rooms had to be safe, like livable, okay, for her to go back. So what happened was there was this agency that does this sort of thing, cleans out hordes and that. They were going to charge her $4,000 plus the cost for the junk removal. Those people that come and pick up junk. Okay, so I thought that was a ripoff. So then I thought, okay, I'll be the superhero here. I have my cape, and I'll fly in there and I'll fix everything. So I told my mom, and I don't like my mom. She's an evil person. She has hurt me. She's done lots of damage to my life, like lots. And I thought, why am I doing this? But anyways, I thought, I don't know why. Maybe it's the programming when I'm still getting over this with the childhood programming. Like, you always have to um, do things. I don't know. It's stupid. Anyways, so I guess against my better judgment, I regret it now. But at the time, I thought it was a good idea. So I said to my mom, I said, okay, I will fix it. I will go to your house. I will make it so you can come back home because I thought the 4,000 plus was a bit exorbitant for a cost. So then I offered to do that. And the point is, I was supposed to do this when she's not at home because I really can't be in the same room with her for any length of time. It doesn't work too well. Okay, so then I did that. And I know the day she came back, it was February 20th, which is Tuesday. I did some stuff on the 21st, and I had initially, I'm going to go backtrack. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that day took off. Saturday is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we started this cleaning her house on February the 11th, which is Sunday, and my husband and my grandson came with me, and we started to get it going. Okay, so we did this. It was a disaster. This is like some of the stuff. Some of it you can see in the picture, some you can't. Okay, so basically this is how it is. She does this weird shit where she collects things. I don't know what, like that are garbage. Um, you know how some people, and I don't know with hoarding, some people say it's connected to the narcissism. I don't think necessarily. I think some person could be a hoarder if they have maybe obsessive compulsive disorder or if they're have some kind of trauma or something. I don't think it's necessarily always the narcissism thing, but it depends how you're doing it. I would make a distinction between, let's say you collect something, like you're a collector and you're not organized, or maybe like I had a thing where I bought lots of stuff from Amazon and I couldn't put it away right away because I had a problem with my legs and I was having trouble walking around because it hurt like hell and they were swelling up and everything. So I've had that more under control now. But anyways, so things like that, or like let's say you broke your leg and then you couldn't do a whole bunch of work. And I don't usually like my husband to help me because I like to put stuff away where I want to put it so I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there's different things, right? But I'm talking more about hoarding as in you got junk all over the place. You're keeping stuff that's garbage for no reason. Example, wagon wheels, if anyone knows what those are like those biscuit marshmallow coated little circle things. Like she'd eat them and the wrapper from the wagon wheel, she's keeping the wrappers. tea bags, those little envelopes. She uses the tea bags, she's keeping the envelopes. There was an envelope I found with a window in it. She put feathers in there. I bet that's crazy. I don't know why she did that. Really crazy shit, like she had a bottle of vitamin D, and staples, when a paper is stapled, she took the staple out of the paper and was storing these used staples in the vitamin D bottle. And the other thing that was dangerous, we found out we had to be careful because she had all these. I don't know why she did this. It took forever to try and to get those rooms manageable because she'd have all these little papers, like itty bitty papers. She would write stuff on, and she had those little papers, and it looked like she was taking envelopes with her name, and she was using a razor blade and cutting the name out like little squares, or perfect squares. They would not be made with a scissor because they were so perfectly cut. It'd have to be a razor blade, doing crazy shit like that. And we found loose razor blades in those piles of papers, which is dangerous because those are super sharp, and if you just grab a bunch of papers, you could cut your finger off, probably, literally. Okay, just sick shit like that. In the kitchen, there was tons of like cans, like she had like fish, and never put them in recycle, got rid of them, and there's still oil in them from the fish, just gross. She had a whole bunch of, even like bacon, raw bacon, okay, raw bacon, which is not good because it's raw bacon. Throw the, I don't know, my headset just keep falling off here. Raw bacon, and throw the wrapper, not in the garbage, but on the floor. Weenie wrapper, throw it on the floor. It's just disgusting. And the thing that I don't understand, she seems to have this problem with garbage for some reason. She doesn't use a normal garbage bin. She will use like some little bag, and she stuffs things in there. It doesn't make any frickin' sense. I had a garbage bin that I really don't use anymore. I use it for recycling, so it's in my pantry closet, so I just donate it to her. That could be her garbage, because she doesn't even have a garbage bin. I mean, to me, that's not normal. Why don't you have a garbage bin? Throw your garbage in the garbage. And then, heaven forbid, you open up her fridge, it stinks to high heaven because she's got rotten food in there. She's got like cheese. You know how cheese sometimes gets mold on it after you open it up because the air gets to it? Well, this thing was covered in mold spores. And I don't know. It's really gross. Just totally gross and disgusting. It was really bad. And there's no way I could get that cleaned out at any time soon. And the worst part of it, and I don't know how long this is going on, her plumbing wasn't working properly. Her kitchen sink, when you turn the lever up, the water's shooting out the back end. So she could not wash dishes in the sink. No, you can't get water because if you do, it shoots out everywhere, right? So she had the sink full of stuff, dirty, um, like those juice jug things or whatever, those cartons and shit, and pans that she cooked in and never washed them and just put them on the floor, dirty. I mean, these things were there for so long to clean them. You'd have to sandblast them. You just can't clean them. It's not that simple, right? So that didn't work. And then in the bathroom, her thank God her toilet worked. That worked. But her in the bathroom, her little sink on the elbow, it may be corroded through. I don't know, or is leaking somehow. She stuffs her egg in the drain in the sink to slow the water down because when you use the water for that bathroom sink and that the taps work, the water drains right through because the elbow is leaking. It doesn't work, and it drains right through into a basin, and that was that. And with the bathtub, I didn't notice till after. Um, the bathtub, because what I had to end up doing was I put some of those dirty dishes in the bathtub to soak them. Because, like I say, you can't clean them right away, and how am I supposed to clean them? So I thought I'll do it in the bathtub. So then I put them in there and sprayed them with her shower head, which is one of those, those handheld shower heads that you connect to the shower head thing with the hose. Okay, and you usually use thread tape with those and then they don't leak. But this one, when I turned it on, the water was spraying out of the shower head itself. It was spraying on both sides. I thought, what the hell? So even that wasn't proper. So I had to be careful because I was using pure hot water there, so that I sprayed and that soaked the dishes. I didn't realize till after because I had to get a plumber to come in. But her cold tap, because I didn't use the cold tap, I just used the hot water to soak the dishes, right? So the other day when I'm gonna try and wash the dishes, I can't do it because her cold water tap in the bathtub is seized up. You can't turn it. I'm not a weak person, but I'm telling you, I'm not gonna hurt my wrist. But yeah, I couldn't turn it. So what the hell? So it was a nightmare. So my aunt knew this plumber, so arranged for this plumber to come, and this was actually on um, Wednesday, which was February 14th, which is Valentine's Day. So I'm telling you what I did because it's going to lead up to what I got as a reward after for all this crap. So what happened was because Valentine's Day, I'm going to make food like for Valentine's Day, right? Because we don't really go out to restaurants a whole lot anymore because it's too expensive. Plus, I don't know, sometimes if I eat out, I get sick. Maybe, who knows what they're doing with the food. But anyways, that's beside the point. So what I did was for Tuesday, I thought I'm gonna force myself. I'm gonna go there because I go there a little bit later in the day because I'm not really a morning person. So I go there, and then I thought, well, I'm gonna force myself to stay overnight because then the plumber's gonna come and fix all the plumbing at 9. Got him to come at 9 in the morning on Wednesday, and then when I'm done, then I will go home and then do the Valentine's, stay home, rest, and do the supper. I'm not going there. Okay, so that was really hard for me to do. I couldn't even sleep in her house. Her house is kind of creepy. I don't know how to explain it. It's a really cold environment. Doesn't feel like a warm, fuzzy, nice house. So I couldn't sleep because of my leg. I tried to put it on the bed and it hurt like hell. So I ended up going in my car in front of her house and tried to sleep in the car, believe it or not, from about 12 midnight to 5 in the morning. So then I got the plumber to fix all the plumbing, so we did all that, and then I went home. Okay, it was really hard for me to do that because where I live in the city, I have to drive quite a ways to get, because I'm almost at the other end of the city, so I have to drive to get there. Okay, so we do all that, and my husband fixed a lot of things, like for instance, for safety, towards the back door, the handrail was right off. It wasn't on there. She got crap there. I don't know what she's hanging on to. She'd have nothing to hang on to. You know, that's bullshit. I don't do those things. My husband fixed that. Um, helped. She had tons of newspapers. We went through that. Got a whole bunch of recycle bags. Garbage we ended up putting in the garage for someone has to pick it up because she's got bins. We got a thing now where they do bins and they don't pick up extra bags. And she's got a small bin. It would take like probably 20 years to pick up all that garbage if you were going to put one bag and it's every 2 weeks for pickup. It just wouldn't work. So my husband helped my grandson, and I didn't want to. There were a couple times I went there alone, but yeah. So it's there was no way I could do all that. It's too much work. Plus, my legs, like my health wise for that, it's not the greatest. So I'm not like it was, when I was 20. So it's not the same thing. So I can't work as hard. So I thought I was going to get an extension until the 23rd, which is Friday. But, these social workers, they're a bunch of liars. So, like, yeah, it didn't work out because she got a new doctor. And I guess in the hospital, I don't know, they have different doctors coming in there or whatever they're doing. So she got a different doctor. So the doctor deemed that she can go home. So they discharged her on the Tuesday, which is the 20th. And I had no choice in the matter. And I said, well, I'm not ready yet. Thanks a lot, but whatever. Okay, so she came back on the Tuesday, so I made sure I had my grandson with me, and he does, just so people know, he does the homeschooling, and he's a teenager, so he's okay with school, no problem. So that's why he's able to help me, because he's not going to the regular school. So, anyways, yeah. So I didn't want to be alone in her house when she's there because she's like she's like I said, I'm the scapegoat. She treats me like dirt, basically. She accused me of stuff or whatever crazy shit, so I didn't want to go there. So, anyways, the social worker came there. And it was hard doing those three rooms. Like you did the kitchen actually, in the living room, the hallway, and the bathroom, and also this other room and her room where she sleeps. So it was actually more than three rooms, but whatever. So it was quite a bit, and it was crazy because it take forever because she has all these little papers, and my husband said, "Well, just grab them, throw them out." I said, "Well, you can't. You have to watch because those razor blades are in there. She's putting them in, hiding them in those piles, and you could hurt yourself." But the other part is I can't just throw everything out. I have to go through everything because it's papers. Some of it could be bills. It could be like utility bills, insurance, income tax. She has it all in there, right? So I don't want to throw out something that's good. So you have to actually go through everything. Like I bought these plastic bins and everything and dump stuff in there and then go through it. Takes a while because of these little itty bitty things, crazy things. So, anyways, oh, where was I? Okay. So that was quite a bit of work and it was traumatizing. It was really gross. Like, especially though that kitchen, that dirty stuff I got rid of, and then the water not working, and then you can't wash the dishes because they're all crusted over. Like you have to sandblast them, so I have to soak them overnight in her sink. And it's an older house, so she has a single sink. She doesn't have a double sink. So it's a big pain in the arse. So it's not just go in there and just do stuff like in your own house. It ain't that simple. You have to soak these things because they ain't going to come clean unless you sandblast them. Okay, so then what happens is we did as much as we could do. And it was a Tuesday when she was coming home, and this social worker person or whatever she is met me at the house. She was, I guess, affiliated with that home care. Um, go for, do for this, do for that. It was really hard on Tuesday because I was going to all these places, pick up her medicine, go to the hardware store to get some more bins, and then this lockbox and through these keys, and then pick up some food for her and this and that and the other shit. And I'm telling you, I could barely get out of the car after like going like 4 or 5 times because of my legs because they will swell up, and they're not so bad now, but they still do a little bit. And when they swell up, they feel heavy. Um, I don't know. It's not fun. It wasn't fun. Okay, so then what happened is when the mom came home, that social worker person met me. I think it was around 3 o'clock or 3:30 or something like that. It's really funny because all that work that we did. The first thing my mom said when she came in the house, she didn't even look me in the eye. First thing she said was, "Where are my screws missing?" Like off she has like this built-in planter thing. The second thing she said was, "Where are my flowers?" She had these old, literal live flowers. At one time, they were literally dried out, and I threw them out because they're garbage. Because if you touch them, they'll crumble. That's how I get treated. It's not, "Hello, how are you doing? Oh, thank you so much. This place looks wonderful." No, it's criticism. First freaking thing that come out of her big mouth. "Where are the screws? Where's my flowers?" Even that person, that social worker person, whoever the hell she is, was there. Even she was trying to, she had to tell my mom, not nitpick on little things. And she tried to tell my mom that I saved her a lot of money, thousands of dollars, because if you're gonna have to pay someone to do it, yeah, really. Anyways, so then when that person left, then my mom starts this act and claims she doesn't recognize who I am. I knew she's full of shit. And then she mistaken my grandson for my son, which is bullshit because they don't look alike at all. And then a couple hours later, then she remembers who I am. Yeah, just these mind games. Just sick in the head. And then she was like, because she was there, she's following around, being a pain in the ass. And then she comes up and says to me, "Oh, I have to sell her. She has to sell her car." And I said, "I don't sell cars. I don't know nothing about cars to sell cars, and I don't. My knowledge of a car is stick the key in, turn it, and I know how to put gas in it. That's all I know about cars." I'm not a tomboy type person. I don't know nothing about cars. I'm not mechanically inclined. That's my husband's department. Okay, so I don't know nothing about cars. I mean, my husband can't cook and I don't do cars. So I'm kind of maybe old fashioned that way, but to a certain degree, I believe in gender roles. But yeah, I don't do cars. I have no interest in them really. Anyways, so then I said, no, I'm not going to sell your car because I don't know nothing about cars, and I don't. And then she has the nerve to say to me, you gotta help me, girl. And then, what the fuck is that? I'm not her slave. Yeah. And I raised my voice to her, said, what? I said, no, girl? Yeah, okay. Anyways, this is just bullshit. So then we went out to get her some food because I asked her what she wanted for food because her fridge is stunk to high heaven. Some of the shit I had to throw out was gross, right? And then she needs food, so I asked her what she wants for food. Believe it or not, she acted like it was like it's the restaurant or something. So then she's saying to me, "Oh, I like some turkey, mashed potatoes, and peas." And I looked at her and I said, "Hey, I'm not the restaurant here. I'm not going to make no turkey for you and mashed potatoes and peas. Like, what is this? I'm not doing this." I said, "We're going to the store to pick up some food. That's it." So then I thought, okay, I'll get her turkey as in deli meat, lunch meat. I'll get her turkey, make sandwiches, and then deli potato salad and macaroni salad because you don't have to cook it, right? Just eat it. And got bread and the deli sandwich and some cheese, and she can make sandwiches, right? And then milk, stuff like that. Okay, so we do that, and because we had to go to the drugstore to get prescriptions, everything just takes time, and go to the uh, other place, the hardware to get the bins and that and those locks. Okay, so by the time we get that, it's like 8 o'clock at night. So then you know what she does. So after we do all that, then she says, "Oh, she can't eat because it's after 8 o'clock." Like we did it all for nothing. And the reality of it, after the fact, the point I'm interjecting this is to prove a point that she did that. She said that on purpose just to be an asshole. Because after that, when she got the home care coming to her house, she has to take her pills 12 hours apart. She was eating after 8 o'clock. So she just does this on purpose to treat me like dirt. She just treats me like dirt. It's always been like this. She's always treated me like dirt. So this is nothing new. Yeah. So, anyways, after that, I thought, okay, I really don't want to do anymore. Me and my grandson, we're not motivated to really do much in her house after being treated like that. And not only that, she got this walker to come home with, and then she's in the kitchen. Um, I'm trying to think. I think that was the next day on a Wednesday, because then she was eating something to take her pill. Yeah, it would have been the next day. And then what happened was we weren't in the kitchen, and then she left her walker. Then she went to her bedroom, and she left her walker in the kitchen. So then she's in the bedroom saying she needs us to bring the walker to her in the bedroom. So how did she? So she really needs this walker. How did she manage to go from the kitchen to the bedroom without the walker? So, she likes to play act. I mean, I did a video before where I went to her house once and she flopped on the floor in front of me and that didn't get a reaction. And then she got these dried flowers and shoved them in my face. And that didn't get a reaction. And then she went to her room and started weeping and wailing about not being invited for holidays. That was in a different video I made. And she was not even close to 90 years old at that point. So I just think this, I know she's old, but I think this is a lot of it's an act. Because how is she needs the walker, then how come she's able to go to the bedroom by herself? It doesn't really add up. So I don't know what she's trying to pull, but like I said, we weren't really motivated. So then Wednesday we came back, we kind of sat in the car, we didn't really go in the house till around 5 o'clock p.m. Stayed a couple hours and left around 10:30. Got some to celebrate. We got some Kentucky Fried Chicken on the way home, and that was it. I wasn't going to go back there no more and do nothing. So it wasn't good. It really wasn't. I mean, to do all that work and to be treated like that. And it gets worse. And this is the other part too. I have to interject this. All the time, because it was 10 days. We started on the Sunday, which is 11th. And we did Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, I took a day off because I couldn't do anymore. All those days straight, I couldn't do anymore. My legs are starting to really hurt. Saturday, I took the day off and then continued Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. She came back and we did that, and Wednesday, and that was it. I wasn't going to do nothing no more. Okay, so the thing is, all the time that my mom was before she came home and she was in the hospital, and we were doing her house, she never once phoned to ask how things are going. Could care less. Same thing with my sister. I contact my sister. I'm not so sure about my sister because I still think she's a narcissist. Trying to talk to her, but I think it's a joke. And with my sister, same thing. Not phoning. How are you doing? How's things going? No one gives a shit. It's like I'm the family slave or something. And then my aunt, well, that's another story. She seemed to be supportive, but I have to, towards the end, maybe I'll talk about that a little bit, how that twisted, that went all to hell. Okay, so, real nice to be treated to do all that work, right? So then what happens? I never charge, and this is the thing, I never charged my mom for labor. I charged her for the actual supplies I used, that I bought to use in her house, some like garbage bags and that. I bought her some garbage bins for the bathroom and the bags and that. Okay, so I charged her for that and for the garbage bags, recycle bags, because we used a whole shitload of them. But I charged for that. But I never charged her for my labor. I never charged her for car gas. Never charged her for the fast food that me and my grandson had to buy because we were to eat when we were there. Um, yeah, never charged her for that. So I basically did it not for the reason of money, but to fix everything. But yeah, so I said to her, with the labor, she could pay what she wants, and the agency was going to charge her $4,000 plus the cost of the garbage pickup. So she just gave me a check for $1,000 plus the supplies. That turned out to be around 600. I actually spent around $600 for supplies. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't get rich on this by any means, because she really, like I said, I didn't charge her for my labor, but I don't think she paid me enough, really. Not for the amount of work we did, and it was hard. Okay, so that's fine. So I thought, this is a done deal. I'm never doing this again. This is too much. I would never do it again. I kind of regret doing it after I did it, considering how she treated me. She could have treated me like a human being, but she chose not to. She chose to come in the house first thing. Where's the screws? What happened to my flowers? Okay, she has no respect for me at all, and then pretending she doesn't know who the hell I am. How could she not know who I am? How did I get in her house and I was cleaning it? She had a contact with me. She knew I was doing this. She's just a fake. She's a big fat fucking fake. Excuse my language. Okay, so then what happened? I don't know the date exactly. I have to look on the phone. But the caller log. But okay. So then what she does after I did all this, I wasn't doing anything anymore. What she did after all this, it could have even been the 25th. I have to look it up. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, it could have been because, no, I don't know. I really don't. I'm not going to say because I don't know. So what happened was, maybe let's see, a week or 2 weeks later, let's assume that. So then what she does one day, she phones me and says, oh, well, she has all these cookbooks she wants to get rid of. She's going to give them to me because she knows I like books. I like cooking. Okay, fine. So she's going to give that to me. And then the next day, and then I thought, okay, I'm not going to pick those up because I don't want to really go to her house. So I was going to get my husband to pick the stuff up. Okay, so what happens is the next day, for no reason, just out of the blue, she phones me. She accuses me that either me or my grandson or both or one of us or both of us or me or whatever stole her bank card and she wants it back. We never took anything, right? I don't do that. And then she threatened to call the police on me. So I thought, okay, this is bullshit. So I told her, I said, if you dare even try to do that, I says, I'll have you charged for false allegations. Not only that, I'll sue your ass off. So she actually had the nerve after we did all that work in her house. She accuses me of stealing her bank card and that she's going to threaten to phone the police on me. So I told her, I said, that's it. I said, after this, I says, you leave me alone. That's it. I'm not doing nothing. I want nothing to do with you. That is it. And since that day, she's never phoned me. And hopefully it stays that way. And I couldn't believe that she actually did that. That was the payback the ultimate payback I got for doing all that work. And then trying to accuse even my grandson. Like, come on, the kid is innocent. He's a good kid. Like, what kind of crazy shit? So my mom's a hopeless case, but the thing that makes me angry is why is she getting away with this? And she keeps going to the hospital. Because after that, she came home, she kept doing this. It's like she's already been since January, let's say, around the middle of January. She's been in the hospital, let's say, 5 times already. I mean, first time she went and then stayed for a while. Next time she did it again. And she was at emergency and they never admitted her. And then she went again to a different hospital and they admitted her for a while. And then she went again to another hospital, different hospital, and they did not admit her. And in fact, that one I got a phone call and this person was trying to give me a guilt trip as in she's old and I have to pick her up and take her home. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. And I said, why? Because that incident where she accused me of stealing her bank card and threatened the police on me. Anytime someone tries to get me to do something for my mom, I tell them that story. I said, that's why I'm not doing nothing. And then the guilt trip didn't work, so whatever. And then after that, she got to that same hospital again. And this time, she was in emergency, and get a load of this professionalism. This doctor from the emergency phones me at 1 in the morning. And then this time they admitted her, and she's still in that hospital now. She's still there. And she's been there. It was on the 22nd of April, it's the day before the full moon. It was Monday, 1 in the morning. That doctor phoned. I think she was there Sunday night, perhaps around midnight or like later on, because those home care people, they don't come after 10, I think. So she's been in the hospital since then. So basically, let's go from Monday. So it's 1, 2. This is the third week, and she's been in that hospital. And it looks this time that her scam worked. That she's not going to be leaving that hospital, and they're going to transition her directly to a old age home. So I know this is getting a bit long, but I have to say a few more things, and I'm going to do another video and read this crazy letter. Okay, so this is what happened. I think she's scamming it, and people are buying it, and actually the doctors think she has dementia, which is crap. I don't know how they don't see through this, but for whatever reason. Anyways, so she's staying at the hospital. So what happens is, and this is kind of with my aunt, this is a different story, but maybe I'll just say it here. Okay, this is the problem. I never really knew my aunt, my mom's sister. And I was talking to her because of what happened with when I was cleaning out the house. So I started communicating with her. It seemed like she was a decent person. It seemed like she cared. And I was talking to her quite a while. And you know what? Looks like she's a two-face. I'm not sure, but pretty well looks like she's a two-face because she was getting sick of this thing with my mom. She didn't want to do nothing for her and all that. And in fact, like for instance, my mom would phone my aunt, and my aunt would phone me and say, "Your evil mother called me." So you know what? Whatever. So I thought she was on my side, and she understood what was going on because my mom has scapegoated her too, hasn't treated her very nicely. Okay, so then what ends up happening is this just happened lately where my mom phoned her and wanted her to get this guy to pick up her car, trying to get rid of it. So she fell for it. So she went to the hospital, got the keys. So she said she wasn't going to do nothing no more, but she changed her mind, I guess. You know what? If she wants to change her mind, that's fine. That's not the problem I have an issue with. What I have an issue with is what happened was she changed her mind. And then she started acting strange with me, like she wouldn't really want to talk a whole lot about anything, wouldn't say anything, and she kind of went cold, like a little bit, like different demeanor, which is kind of weird. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? Maybe I should backtrack this though, because I'm the scapegoat. I was always like criticized. My aunt and even my own sister admits that my mom has never once in my entire life ever said anything nice about me. Okay, and I don't brag about stuff, but for instance, stuff that I've accomplished, they had no clue. So I basically let the cat out of the bag, some stuff I've accomplished. Um, and I have a small business. I mean, I'm not a millionaire by any means, but I do have something that I created myself from nothing. So I do have that. And plus, I had these apartments at one time, and there was this crazy guy, and he actually was a Lebanese terrorist, and he was trying to squat in there, and I had to get him removed. So I had to do that with this lawyer and that. And the reason I had to do that was to protect my investment. Plus, I had to get him out because he couldn't overtake the building. And I'm not going to, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to prove it, but I can prove it with paper documents that this is real. And I told my sister and my aunt this. Okay, so I basically let the cat out of the bag to make a point, as in you guys really don't know who I am. No one's given me credit for anything I've accomplished. Even when I got my high school diploma, I skipped like crazy. I was hardly ever there. I still took the exams. I still got my high school diploma. I worked when I was a teenager. Actually, before that, I volunteered in the hospital as a candy striper when I was 12. And then when I was 16, just before 16, 15, and then 16, I worked in a retail store, and I worked through high school. I bought my own clothes and my own toiletries and everything and whatever I wanted to buy. So I never got credit for anything that I've done accomplished. I mean, I had a bad marriage. I got divorced. I was a single parent. I got remarried. Um, we have a home. I've never got credit for anything. Like I said, I have my own small business. I'm not a millionaire, but that's not the point. I made something out of nothing, and then all that. Okay, so I thought I let the cat out of the bag, and let these people, my aunt and my sister, know who I really am, because you don't know who I am. No one cared who I was. So I was always put down, always denigrated, like I'm a nothing. Like I don't know how to explain it. They do that with the scapegoat. Like they make you look like something you're not, like you're nothing, like you're nobody. And it's bad. I don't know if I did in the other video, but I have to do another video how you get treated. Like it's bad. It's really so. Anyways, so it's really weird because it seemed like after I let the cat out of the bag, my aunt seemed to treat me a little different, and I asked her about that, and I said, "Oh, you seem a little bit different since I told you all that stuff, like some stuff I accomplished." And I'm thinking, this is a red flag. I wonder if she's a narcissist too, because it seemed like she had no problem being nice to me when I'm, I guess, the underdog or whatever you want to call it, when I'm less than, when she can like look down on me or feel sorry for me, do the poor you thing. But when she finds out that I'm not the poor you, that I've accomplished things and survived all this, it's like she can't look down on me. It's not like I'm less than. So her attitude seemed to shift a little bit. And I noticed that. But she never admitted it. But I still notice that because I don't know how to explain. I can feel things like if I talk to someone on the phone, I can feel things. I can feel if they're I don't know how to explain it. I can just feel something was off. Okay, so she never admitted to that. Okay, fine. So how time transpired. So this is the problem. So she changed her mind and ended up helping my mom. Now she's helped kissing my mom's ass, I guess, again. I don't know. And she's going there and helping with this car. And she said, "Oh, that's the only thing." And I'm going to go there and say, "That's all I'm helping you with. You got to get someone else to help you because I can't do it." Like she has health issues. She has osteoarthritis. She's older. So, yeah, okay. And then after that, then, oh, well, then she's also, what was it? She did the car. And it was oh yeah, she's mailing the income tax. You see, my mom did the income tax late, which isn't too smart. Because if she owes money now, she's going to have to pay a penalty and interest. Okay, so anyways, then she mailed that. Okay, so I was disappointed in my aunt, and I told her that I was disappointed because she's back helping my mom when my mom's a manipulator, a narcissist, okay? But okay, I could not put up with that, but I can't force her to do whatever, so it's her choice, right? So I wouldn't accept it like I agree with it, but I guess tolerate, I don't know, because that's her life. If she wants to go there and do this, that's up to her, but I'm not doing it. But then this is what happened. Then she started to seem like giving me the cold shoulder, like not really wanting to, not phoning me, telling me what's going on. And then when I phone and ask what's up, and then she's kind of not really wanting to talk about it. So I thought something funny's going on here, you know? And because she's acting standoffish, right? Like cold shoulder kind of thing. So I thought, what the hell? So I confronted her on this, and then she's, says I'm right, but then at the same time she's acting weird. Like I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like giving me the cold shoulder, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. It's like her attitude is changing. Like she's not as nice anymore. Like she's not as warm anymore. It's like she doesn't want to talk anymore. And I thought, what the hell is this? So this is the part that really clued me in. I'm not impressed at all. And then she says to me this. She says, "I am what I am." And I thought, "Oh my God, like what are you? Like what do you mean I am what I am?" So I thought, "Okay." I said, "Well, is that what you really think? Like that's what you think?" Okay. I don't know. I didn't have much to say. Kind of like I said, "If that's what you think, well, I kind of said goodbye. I kind of hung up on her. I don't hang up on people to hang up, but I had to say goodbye and hang up. And I said, "Well, if that's what you think," I said, "I don't think too much of that. But if that's what do you really think that? Is that what you really think?" That really bothered me because for her to say that, to say, "I am what I am," is like saying she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. She is who she is, so just accept her for who she is. Doesn't, what kind of bullshit is that? Like she's acting basically like a two-face, a backstabber, whatever. I don't accept that. Okay, so anyway, so after that, so then she doesn't phone, and I phoned her trying to confront her to find out what's really going on here. And you know what? Something funny going on because today, well, I guess it was yesterday and the day before, 2 days in a row, I phoned her, and normally she picks up the phone. She's not picking up the phone now. And I don't know if she has call display, she must, but she didn't answer the phone. I left a message, never returned the call. The next day I did the same thing. I left her a message, doesn't return the call, doesn't pick up the phone. So something's up with her. So it looks like maybe she's a two-faced backstabber just like my mom. Or my mom sucked her in again, or she's stupid herself. She's a narcissist herself. Because I basically said, I left her a message, and I basically said that what you did was really hurtful because we were talking. I thought she was on my side. She said she supported me and all this. And then to do that, like to do a 360 on me, no, it's not acceptable. I told her, I says, what you're doing is just wrong. It's hurtful. And I said, I wasn't very nice. I don't think I basically said, I think the whole family, you're just a bunch of fucked up narcissists. And that's what I had to say because I'm really hurt by this. Because I'm not talking about my family here, but my family origin. Uh, I don't have any family really. I thought at least I had her because my sister I'm really not sure of. It's kind of weird. So, because she's the golden child and I'm the scapegoat, so never really had a bond. But yeah, I thought my aunt was different, but I guess not. It looks like so far, it looks like she's a two-faced. So that's real nice. And I went told, oh yeah, that was the thing. I told my aunt, I said, well, if you're doing with my mom and all this, and after all she said and done, I thought she was on my side. I thought she had enough of it also. And I said, well, how can I trust you? And then she says that I am who I am. That's not normal. There's something wrong with that because if someone tells you, if you're a genuine, sincere person and someone says that to you, how can you trust? How can someone trust you? You would say something to them, right? Do you like defend yourself or something? If you're normal, you would think. So that was a weird response. So that didn't make sense that she would not respond to that. Like when I said, well, how can I trust you after this? And she goes silent. That's not normal to me. Red flag. And then after that, then she says, I am who I am. Well, that was a red flag. That doesn't sound good at all. That sounded like she's, I don't know, a narcissist. I think maybe covert one because she seemed really nice in that. And that's the other part too. She was like overly nice to me. And I usually am suspicious of people that are too nice because I don't know why. I guess I have a suspicious type nature, but I was thinking, well, geez, why are you so nice? Like, what are you up to, kind of thing. I usually think like that when people are too nice. I think they're up to something. And my microphone is bugging me. Jeez. Anyways, so yeah, I think maybe part of me knew all along that something was up, like this wasn't genuine, because if you're a sincere person, why do you have to be too nice? You know what I mean? Why can't you be normal nice? It seems that she was too nice. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but so far I am not pleased at all. I'm not going to put up with being treated like dirt. I've had enough of this bullshit. And with my mom, like I said, she has not phoned me since that incident accusing me of stealing that bank card. And she's threatening the police on me. But she did because my aunt did tell me. My mom said to my aunt in the hospital that she's going to sell her house. And then my aunt says, well, who's going to clean it out? Because she can't sell it the way it is. See, my mom thinks she's going to sit her ass in the hospital, do completely nothing, and get everyone else to do all the work for her. But I'm not doing anything. My sister doesn't care. My sister's not going to do anything. So I don't know who's going to do anything, but I'm not doing anything. So then what happened was my mom had the nerve to say to my aunt, oh, that I could do it. You see? Even after all that, she still thinks I'm going to do her dirty work for her. And I'm not doing nothing. So because of the way I feel my aunt two-faced me, and my mom can't be trusted, I want nothing to do with her after what she did. So with the hospital, I'm a contact person there. Like usually I'm the one who's phoned first for whatever's going on. So I thought I had enough of this bullshit being treated like dirt. I'm not putting up with it no more. So I phoned the hospital and I told them to take me off the contact list. And I'm not going to phone the hospital anymore to see how my mom's doing because no one is phoning. My sister never phoned the hospital to see how my mom was doing. I was the only one doing it. So I think, why am I doing this? I'm being treated like shit and I'm going to do all this? No, I'm not doing this. So I phoned the hospital and told them, take me off the contact list. And not only that, I don't know what I'm going to do about this other thing. It's really weird. I don't know how this works, but presumably, see, my mom made funeral arrangements for herself ahead of time, like pre-planned. So the funeral home, I guess they give her some kind of card, And I guess if she dies, my name's on there, as in that's the contact me, right? So I gotta see if I can try and get my name off of that. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. It might be kind of weird. I might have to phone that funeral home because I know which one it is. I'm gonna phone it and ask about, give them a scenario and ask them what you can do, and then if that's the case, if she's registered with them, if they can look it up and then take me off the card or something, or contact thing, because from what I understand, she not only, and she never asked my consent for this either. You know, this is the thing, you have to understand that I'm the scapegoat. I've always been treated like dirt. There's more stuff. I have to do videos what I went through. I can even, like I said, I got a sore leg. I got my own stuff to do, and I can sacrifice and do stuff in her house to help her out. She still treats me like dirt. Doesn't matter what I do. I don't do anything wrong, and then she accuses me of a crime, of stealing her bank card, and wants to threaten the police. She'd be probably happy if she could put me in jail for a crime I never committed. She's an evil person. She wants to hurt me for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she's always wanted to hurt me and wants to destroy me for some reason. Like, she's just evil. She doesn't stop. She's 90 years old. She's still doing this shit. Okay, so um, this is the thing. She never asked for consent, like this funeral card thing, whatever it is. She's got my name on there as a contact person, okay? Not only that, presumably I'm supposed to arrange the funeral lunch. She never asked me if I wanted to do any of this. Why isn't she putting my sister's name on there? My sister's the golden child. I'm the scapegoat. I resent that. Was not asked if I want to do this. I don't want to do this. In fact, right now, at this point in time, I don't even know when she dies. I don't even know if I want to even go to the funeral. I might not even go. And the only reason I would go is not because I'm mourning her, but just to have closure that she's dead and she can't hurt me anymore. I don't understand how she thinks she has the right to do all this. Like, she's entitled. She has a sense of entitlement that I'm supposed to be her own personal slave or something, like I'm her slave girl. It's really disgusting. So I had enough of this. So, like I said, right now, how it stands with my sister, I'm not sure about her because I sometimes think she's a narcissist too. She's the golden child, but I don't know. We're not close, but some things she does kind of give me red flags too. But with my aunt, I'm really disappointed because I thought she really was different than my mom, that she was a different type person. And I think if she's a narcissist, she's probably more covert than overt. And it looks like, I guess, her true colors are showing, or the mask slipped, because what she did was totally unacceptable. I don't know why she's giving me the silent treatment now, the cold shoulder. I don't deserve that. And I don't know, she tricked me for what? I don't know what these, that's the thing. I don't understand what these people get out of this. Just like with my mom, what does she get out of all this crap? So what I did do also, I left a message on my answering machine because she's not answering the phone. She's a coward. To me, she's basically a yellow-bellied sapsucker. That's what she is. She's a coward. So basically, I left a message on her phone answering machine and told her that because of all this bullshit going on, I had enough, and that I contacted the hospital and told them to take me off the contact list. So I'm hoping that my aunt, she's a two-faced that I think she is, that she's going to relay that information to my mom. So I hope she likes it. And I'm going to have to work on that funeral home. Maybe I'll phone later today or whatever. I don't know if I can stay up long enough or later on the day. But yeah, I don't know what to do about this. This is crazy. It's like I have zero, like, other than, my own family I made for myself. It's really depressing because it's like I have zero family. Like, they've never been family. They want to hurt me. Like, it's sick. I don't know what's the matter with them. I don't know why they did this. I don't get it. I don't know what my mom's doing. And I don't know why the hospital isn't catching on that she's a bullshitter. And this time she got her way. It looks like she's going to actually be in that hospital until she gets transitioned to an old age home. And she expects, see, this is the part I find disgusting. She expects somebody else, I don't know who, to do all, pay her bills, clean her house, sell her house, get rid of her possessions, all that stuff. I mean, we don't even know where the will is. Not that I care, so I'm not getting nothing probably, but yeah, all that kind of bullshit. That just like left her house and all the crap in it, and it's still crap in there, and who cares? So it was pretty bad. So I know that this is quite long, but I wanted to get that part in about my aunt and that. And the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to actually read a letter that my mom sent me. I think it was 2014, and how crazy it is, and explain. Yeah. You know what? It seems like when you're the scapegoat, the family scapegoat abuse, you're the scapegoat, you're always the scapegoat. Everyone craps on you. They expect you to be the little personal slave. And it doesn't matter what you do or don't do, they're always going to crap on you. It just never ends. There's really no point to any of this, really. It's a big joke. I guess the joke's on me if I keep doing things for someone like that. And I'm not doing anything for my mom. I will not. After what she did with the bank card, threatening cops on me, I will not do anything for her ever again, ever. I will never go see her in the hospital, or if she goes to an old age home, I'm never going to see her. And the other thing, if she's on her deathbed, whenever that happens, I won't go see her. And the main reason is because she would probably say something nasty, traumatize me one last time. And I'm not going to give her the opportunity. So, yeah, that's it for her. As my aunt, um, I think it would be best for me, even if she did contact me again in the future, for me to be impersonal, low contact, no contact, tell her to buzz off, whatever, because I don't believe I could trust her. And after she pulled this stunt to treat me like that, with the silent treatment, I don't like people that do silent treatments. It's toxic behavior to me. So I think my aunt has problems too. She's probably a narcissist too, like the rest of them. Seems like the whole family is full of them. Covert, overt, don't matter. They're all dysfunctional. They all come from the same mother, literally. So they all act kind of the same. Like my husband says, they all have the same brain. So it's probably pointless. Anyway, so I'll tie that up. So that's it for this one. In the next video I'm going to do, I'm going to read that letter just so you could see how really crazy, deranged, and malicious these people really are. Okay, thank you for listening. Bye.